May peace be on all of you. Myself, Dr. Majid Khan, Associate Professor, Loknethe Dr. J.D. Pawar College of Pharmacy, Manur Kaduvan, Nasik. I welcome all of you in this new chapter, anti-cancer or anti-neoplastic agent. In this lecture, that is in lecture 1, we will cover classification of anti-cancer, then alkylating agent in that nitrogen mustard. Learning outcome: after completion of this topic, student able to remember the classification of anti-cancer agent along with example of drug. Understand activation reaction and mechanism of action of nitrogen mustard. Understand inactivation reaction and antidote for toxicity of nitrogen mustard. So what do you mean by cancer? According to American Chemical Society, cancer is an abnormal growth of cell which has the ability to involve adjacent tissue and even distant organ, and eventual death of the affected patient if the tumor has progressed to the stage where it cannot be treated. Related to this definition, the term neoplasia, which is uncontrolled growth of tissue, the product of which is known as tumor, and this tumor may be either malignant or benign tumor. So neoplasia, it is an uncontrolled growth of tissue and the product of which is called as tumor. Tumor are two types, malignant and benign tumor. Malignant tumor have the capability of invading surrounding tissue and moving to distant location in the body, process known as metastasis. So malignant tumor have the ability of spreading, but benign tumor not have the ability of spreading. So it is the difference between malignant tumor and benign tumor. Generally, treatment of tumor or cancer involved surgical removal followed by radiation and chemotherapy. But in some cases where the complete surgical removal is not possible or feasible, radiation or chemotherapy become only available option. The term chemotherapy referred to the drug that used to kill the cell, which also include antibiotic agent used in treatment of cancer. Traditional chemotherapy has been based on the principle of selective toxicity. However, this has been difficult to achieve in case of cancer cell because this cell utilize the biochemical pathway used by a normal cell. So it is the main drawback of anti-cancer or chemotherapy agent that these drugs also affect the normal cell along with cancerous cell. Why? Because this cancerous cell utilizes the biochemical pathway used by a normal cell. So therefore it is the main problem in anti-cancer therapy. Then there are various systems used to designate the cancer stages. So in that, one system is called as TNM system. T for tumor, N for lymph node involvement, and M for metastasis. Metastasis means spreading of cancer. So here the T and N is designated as 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., which indicate the size of tumor and extent of lymph node involvement. So the higher is the number of T and N, it means it is a advanced cancer. Then M, that is metastasis, it is designated as 0 or 1. 0 means when there is a metastasis not occur yet, and 1 means metastasis occur. So metastasis, if there is a spreading occur, then it is called as 1. If not occur, then it is called as 0. So it is a one system, TNM system. Then other system, as we heard, that is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 and stage 4, depending upon the severity of cancer. If stage 4 is there, it means it is severe cancer. So there are various systems utilized for this purpose. Classification. So there are two types of classification. First one is chemical classification. In that, first one is alkylating agent. In there are 5 subtypes. First one is nitrogen mustard. Example, maclormethamine, chlorambucil, cyclophosphamide. Small b, alkyl sulfonate, example busulfan. Then third one is nitrosourea, example carbastine, step 2 zeucine. Small d, ethylenimines, example thiotepa. Small e, triazines, example decarbazine and procarbazine. So it is the first one agent, that is alkylating agent. Second one is antimetabolite. In that three classes, first one is folate antagonist, example methotrexate and trimethotrexate. Small b, purine analogs, example 6-mercaptopurine, thioguanine. Then pyrimidine analog, 5-fluorouracil, cytarabine. Then third class is vinca alkaloids, also called as anti-mitotic drugs. Remember this another name, anti-mitotic drug means vinca alkaloid. Example vincristine, vinblastine. Then antibiotic in that anthracycline, example is doxorubicin, bleomycin. Then next class is hormone, example estrogen, then androgen, cyprosterone. Then miscellaneous cisplatin is an example, and last one is monoclonal antibody, MAB, monoclonal antibody. So it is a chemical classification of anti-cancer drug. In this video, we will only discuss about this one, nitrogen mustard as a alkylating agent. Now another classification, that is classification based on cycle phase. So you already studied in HAP, that is cell division or cell cycle. So here there are two types of class, cell cycle specific drug, in short CCS. So these drugs act on cell in a specific phase, mainly S phase, and act mainly on dividing cell but not act on G0 phase. Example antimetabolite, actinomycin, doxorubicin, bleomycin. This again classified as S phase specific agent, example cisplatin, 5-fluorouracil, methotrexate, vinca alkaloid. G2 phase specific agent, bleomycin. M phase, example vincristine, vinblastine. G1 phase, prednisone. So it is a cell cycle specific drugs. Second class, cell cycle non-specific drugs, CCNS. These drug action not depend on cell cycle phase. It kill the cell at all phase, include G0 phase. Example alkylating agent, anthracycline, procarbazine. So it is a two type of class. So remember the one point is that in case of cell cycle specific drug, the main class is anti-metabolite drug. In case of cell cycle non-specific, the main class is alkylating agent. So if the question in exam asks that short note on cell cycle specific drug, then you have to write about the anti-metabolite drugs. If the question asks note on cell cycle non-specific drug, then you have to write about the alkylating agent. Now the alkylating agent. So what do you mean by alkylating agent? So alkylating agent are the class of drug that are capable of forming covalent bond with important biomolecule. The major target of drug action are nucleophilic group present on DNA, especially 7th position of guanine. So as we know, DNA of cell having the two type of bases. First base is purine base and second one is pyrimidine base. So in case of purine base, there is a adenine and guanine. It is a purine basis. In case of pyrimidine bases, cytosine and thymine. So the alkylating agent, it forms the covalent bond with nucleophile present on this basis of DNA, especially the 7th position. It is the 7th position of guanine base which contain nitrogen, act as a nucleophile. So it is the main target. But apart from this, there are various other target, like in case of adenine, position 1, 3, 7 is the target. In case of cytosine, N3 is a main target. In case of thymine, N1 and N3 is a main target of alkylating agent, but especially the 7th position of guanine is the major target of alkylating agent. Now the mechanism of action of alkylating agent. So this mechanism of action of alkylating agent involve two steps. First step is activation of alkylating agent, and second step, that is attack of this alkylating agent on DNA bases. But here first we discuss about the second step, that is attack of activated drug on DNA bases. So in this image, this reaction is shown. So it is the basis, that is guanine base, it having the 7th position on nitrogen which act as a nucleophile. Rx, it is a alkylating agent, your drug alkylating agent Rx. So this R attack on this nitrogen, that is alkylation. So like this, it attack here, nitrogen bear positive charge. So due to this attack of alkylating agent on the 7th position of guanine which act as a nucleophile. So due to this attack, this guanine basis is so weak, due to which water molecule attack to this base and causes depurination or breaking of bond, and also causes weakness of this guanine bases. So first step, this step involved attack of this alkylating agent Rx on the 7th position. Like this, nitrogen bear positive charge. So this base become weak, then water molecule attack. So here there are 4 chances of depurination. First reaction, this one, attack of water molecule, it form this type of product. Then again attack of water molecule, there is a breaking of this bond, here bond is break. So these 2 steps, this one and this one, the mechanism of this step involve, that is here. So water molecule, after alkylation, water molecule attack to this carbon. So OH attack here, then this N minus, then hydrogen attack here. So like this, there is a breaking of this bond. So OH attack here, hydrogen attach here. Then deprotonation, removal of hydrogen, bond shifted here, and this nitrogen become neutralized. So there is a separation of this base. So here purine base is separate, and this sugar is separated, called as depurination. So it is a mechanism of first mechanism. Then second mechanism involved to here water molecule attack to this carbon. So here location is changed. In first step, here attack of water molecule, but now water molecule attack here. So again same reaction, OH attach here, hydrogen attach here, like this, hydrogen attach, and this OH attach here. Then again deprotonation, then there is a breaking of this bond. So this bond is break. So these are the 2 mechanism of this one and this one. Now third one, that is tautomerism only. So here hydrogen of nitrogen shifted to here and double bond shifted here. So it is a tautomerism. So here only tautomerism. In fourth case, only deprotonation. This hydrogen is removed only. So there is a negative charge. So this molecule contain both charges, negative charge as well as this positive charge on nitrogen. And this species is called as zwitterionic species, which bear both charge, positive as well as negative. So all this reaction causes depurination of DNA bases, which leads to DNA damage and which causes the cell death, that is cancerous cell death. So it is the second step of mechanism of action of alkylating agent. So again I repeat, mechanism of action of alkylating agent involve 2 steps. First one is activation of drug. Second step is attack of activated drug on the bases. So this one is a second step. step 1 we will see in individual drug. So it is a step 2 attack of activated drug on DNA bases, which causes damage to DNA bases, which leads to cell death. So it is a simple reaction. So it is a DNA molecule which contain nucleophile, which may be guanine, which may be adenine. This Rx is your drug. So this R attack to this nucleophile like this, and separation of HX. Now resistance developed by the cancerous cell against the alkylating agent. So there are mechanisms by which cell may become resistant to alkylating agent, which include decreased cellular uptake of drug. Second, increase inactivation by detoxifying nucleophilic thiol such as glutathione. Third one is increased DNA repair process. Fourth one is decreased drug activation, which is necessary for generation of alkylating agent. So these are the four mechanism by which there is a resistance is developed against the alkylating agent. So first is decreased cellular uptake. So cancerous cell decrease the uptake of alkylating agent. So there is a no entry of alkylating agent in the cancerous cell. Therefore less effect and resistance is developed. Second, increase the activation. So cancerous cell increase the inactivation. It detoxify the alkylating agent. Therefore there is a resistance developed. Third, increase the DNA repair process. So after damaging, cancerous cell have the ability to repair, therefore produce the resistance. Similarly, this drug alkylating agent, in order to act, it requires the activation. So there is a decrease the drug activation by the cancerous cell. So it produces the resistance. The important point here is that is apoptotic mechanism. The functioning of apoptotic mechanism are important for the effectiveness of these agents at normal doses, and those cells that do not possess functioning apoptotic mechanism may not respond. Apoptotic mechanism means cell programmed cell death. It is called as apoptotic mechanism. In our body, it is a natural process called as programmed cell death apoptotic mechanism, which is controlled by p53 protein. So when normally if any cell is damaged in our body, the body has the mechanism which destroy that damaged cell and produce the new cell, and this mechanism that is called as programmed cell death is called as apoptotic mechanism, which is controlled by p53 protein. So alkylating agent act only those cells where the apoptotic mechanism function, but the cancerous cell which not have functioning apoptotic mechanism, where alkylating agent does not work. Now first, that is alkylating agent class, and that is nitrogen mustard. It is a first subclass of alkylating agents. So what is nitrogen mustard? Nitrogen mustard is a compound that are chemicals similar to sulfur mustard or mustard gas. So this sulfur mustard is a gas which is utilized as a biological weapon in World War I. So the term mustard means similarity in the blister produced by the compound and those seen in upon exposure to the oil of black mustard. So this sulfur mustard produce the blisters. Blister means small ulcer, which is look like similar to those of which is produced by oil of black mustard. Therefore the name is given mustard. So it is a general structure of this nitrogen mustard. X here, X equal to sulfur, then it is called as sulfur mustard, which is a gas. When X equal to nitrogen, then it is called as nitrogen mustard, which is a solid. So this sulfur mustard utilized as a biological weapon in World War I. So that time it is observed that this sulfur mustard, which is a gas, having the ability to inhibit the bone marrow formation. This observation leads to the use of mustard gas in treatment of leukemia. But the disadvantage of sulfur mustard is it is gas, difficult to handle and difficult to in dosing. Therefore, this sulfur is replaced by nitrogen to form the nitrogen mustard, which is a solid, easy to handle. So nitrogen mustard developed by this way. Now the example of nitrogen mustard, the first example of nitrogen mustard is maclormethamine. So it is a maclormethamine is a drug example of nitrogen mustard. So it is a structure of maclormethamine which contain X equal to nitrogen, and here there is a methyl group. So as we discussed previously, there are two steps in mechanism of alkylating agent. First step is activation and second one is attack of activated drug on the basis. So here there is a activating step. So it is a maclormethamine which contain chloride group as a leaving group, but this chloride is difficult to remove. So therefore it require activation. So in case of activation, lone pair of nitrogen attack to this carbon, Cl is removed, it forms the ring called as aziridium ring. So it is a 3-member ring, bear nitrogen positive charge. It is called as aziridium ring. So this aziridium ring is an activated form of maclormethamine, and this aziridium ring act as a electrophile. So this electrophile is attacked by the nucleophile present in tissue. So here tissue may be DNA, may be RNA, may be protein. It may include the guanine basis of DNA also. So here there is a formation of aziridium ring which bear the positive charge on nitrogen. Then nucleophile from the biomolecule which may be DNA, RNA attack to this ring, and this nitrogen is neutralized. So by this way it acts as a alkylating agent. So in this reaction both step is involved. First step is a activation of drug, and second step is a attack of activated drug on the basis of biomolecule. So here alkylation occur. Same reaction is repeated again. Lone pair of nitrogen attack to this carbon, Cl removed, again this nucleophile attack. So by this way it causes the alkylation 2 times. So maclormethamine causes the alkylation of DNA bases 2 times. So it is the activation as well as attacking of a drug on the DNA bases. Now maclormethamine is too reactive. In fact, it is too reactive and therefore non-selective, making it unsuitable for oral administration, and therefore it requires direct injection into the tumor. So maclormethamine is too reactive, too toxic, non-selective, therefore not effective orally. This drug directly injected into the tumor cancer cell. So orally it is not available as oral form. It directly given in injection form and directly injected into the cancerous cell. The main disadvantage of this drug is extravasation. Extravasation means leaking of drug in surrounding tissue. So when the drug is injected into cancerous cell, there is a leakage of this drug into surrounding tissue which produce the toxic effect. So to avoid this toxic effect, antidote is given. So here maclormethamine acts as an alkylating agent for treatment of cancer, but it is too reactive. Why it is too reactive? Because of this nitrogen. This nitrogen is a strong nucleophile. Why it is a strong nucleophile? Because of this methyl group. Methyl group is an electron releasing group. It releases the electron, therefore the nucleophilicity of this nitrogen is increases. Therefore this maclormethamine is too reactive. So when we inject it into cancerous cell, there is a leakage that is called as extravasation, which leads to toxicity. So in order to decrease the toxicity, the drug is modified. So now what is the modification in this drug? So first we seen that how antidote work. So this maclormethamine causes a toxic reaction after extravasation. Therefore the antidote is given. So here antidote is sodium thiosulfate. Remember the antidote. for mechlormethamine. So sodium thiosulfate is an antidote for mechlormethamine toxicity. So here a reaction which shows inactivation of drug by the antidote sodium thiosulfate. So it is a drug. So first step same, there is a formation of aziridium ring. So it is the activated form of drug. Now sodium sulfate. So it is a sodium thiosulfate. So it is a thiosulfate. So here S minus of thiosulfate act as a nucleophile. So it attack to this ring and attach this way. Same reaction possible 2 times. So here there is a inactivation of drug. So this mechanism is same as mechanism of action, but here is the antidote is there instead of DNA bases. So mechlormethamine having the side effect extravasation, which leads to toxicity to other tissue. So in order to decrease its toxicity, antidote is given, that is sodium thiosulfate. So this sodium thiosulfate, by this mechanism, it deactivate the drugs. So it is an inactivation of mechlormethamine. Now, so as we seen, mechlormethamine is too toxic because of methyl group on nitrogen. Methyl group is a electron releasing group which increases the nucleophilicity of nitrogen. Therefore, it is toxic. But if we replace this methyl group with electron withdrawing group, then the toxicity is decreases. So this phenomena is utilized in case of chlorambucil and melphalan drug. So here you see on nitrogen instead of methyl group, this ring system is here. Similarly, in case of melphalan, it is this system is attached. So instead of methyl group, electron withdrawing, it is an electron withdrawing group. So due to which this drug chlorambucil and melphalan is less toxic as compared to mechlormethamine, and it is available orally. So here the another example of nitrogen mustard is chlorambucil and melphalan. So here methyl group is removed and replaced by the electron withdrawing group on both sides. So in case of melphalan, attachment of the mustard functionality to the phenylalanine moiety. So it is a phenylalanine moiety. This one is phenylalanine moiety. In case of melphalan, phenylalanine moiety was not only attempt to reduce reactivity but also attempt to increase entry into the cancer cell by utilization of carrier mediated uptake. Melphalan is also called as L-phenylalanine mustard, in short LPAM, that is L-PAM. So because of this structure, it is a phenylalanine, which is a one type of amino acid. Therefore melphalan is called as L-phenylalanine mustard, in short L-PAM, LPAM. So here nitrogen methyl group on nitrogen is replaced by electron withdrawing group. In case of chlorambucil is absorbed orally and undergo metabolism into the liver to form phenylacetic acid. Phenylacetic acid mustard. These 2 carbon loss from the butyric acid side chain retain mustard moiety and show anti-neoplastic agent. So in case of chlorambucil, this after removal of this 2 carbon, it forms phenylacetic acid which act as a alkylating agent. Now next drug as a nitrogen mustard is cyclophosphamide. So again here nitrogen, but instead of methyl group, this function is there, that is called as cyclophosphamide. So cyclophosphamide is a classical example of drug that require metabolic activation. So cyclophosphamide again required activation like a prodrug. So now we see the activation of this drug cyclophosphamide. So it is an activation reaction of cyclophosphamide drug as a nitrogen mustard. So in this reaction, it is a structure of cyclophosphamide. So here step 1 involved alpha hydroxylation. So it is a nitrogen. This carbon is alpha. So here alpha hydroxylation. Hydroxyl group is attached on alpha position according to nitrogen. So this is a alpha hydroxylation OH. Then again next step, there is a removal of hydrogen. Then this bond shifted here, it become double bond. This bond is break. So like this. So it is a step 2. So here the bond is break. Then next step, this one is removal of hydrogen. This bond shifted here, there is a breaking of this bond. So it formed two product, that is acrolein and it is a phosphoramide mustard. So acrolein and phosphoramide mustard. Now this phosphoramide, again lone pair of nitrogen attack to this carbon, Cl is removed. So it form again aziridium cation as we seen in mechlormethamine. So here also there is a formation of aziridium cation which causes alkylation reaction. So this step involve the activation of cyclophosphamide. So again I repeat the mechanism. First step is alpha hydroxylation. Then follow the arrow. So here removal of hydrogen converted into double bond. This bond is break NH. So here is a aldehyde group. Then again there is a removal of this hydrogen. This bond shifted here, it become double bond. This bond is break. It form two product, acrolein and phosphoramide mustard. Then which causes the formation of aziridium ring which leads to alkylation. So this aziridium ring causes the main mechanism of action, that is alkylation. Here above side, it is a metabolism of this drug. So here there is only a removal of this hydrogen, formation of double bond. So here is the formation of ketonic group by the enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase. So it is a inactive product. Here aldehyde dehydrogenase. So here is a aldehyde group. This one is aldehyde group CHO. So it is converted into hydroxyl group C double bond OOH after oxidation. So by the enzyme aldehyde dehydrogenase, this compound converted into inactive form. So here the main point is cyclophosphamide first converted into carbinolamine. It is a carbinolamine. Then this carbinolamine converted into acrolein and then phosphoramide mustard. This phosphoramide mustard causes alkylation of DNA bases. Now so here acrolein is also formed. So this one is acrolein. This acrolein also forms. So as a result of this process, which may itself act as a electrophile, that has been associated with bladder toxicity. So here in this reaction there is a formation of acrolein. This acrolein acts as a nucleophile which leads to side effect called as bladder toxicity, urinary bladder toxicity. So in this reaction, this is a responsible for side effect of the drug. So in short, cyclophosphamide form carbinolamine, acrolein and this phosphoramide mustard which causes alkylation of DNA bases. So due to this acrolein, there is a toxic effect, bladder toxicity. So here to reduce the toxic effect of the drug, again antidote is given. So now the deactivation, that is in order to remove the toxicity effect, antidote is given. So here the antidote is called as Mesna. Sorry. So it is a Mesna. Full form: M for mercapto, E for ethane, S for sulfane, and this Na, which means sodium. Na, sodium, that is molecular formula Na, sodium. So it is a Mesna. So full form of Mesna is mercapto, ethane, sulfane, sodium, which act as a antidote for cyclophosphamide. So this Mesna, react with carbinolamine. It also react with mustard, phosphoramide mustard, and also with acrolein. So to reduce the toxic effect of cyclophosphamide, the antidote is given, that is Mesna. So this mesna contain the sulfur SH group which act as a nucleophile. So this S minus directly attack to this carbon and it remove the hydroxyl group. So this one is carbinolamine, which is we seen in previous slide. Cyclophosphamide form carbinolamine, aziridium ring and acrolein. So this mesna acts as an antidote, sulfur acts as a nucleophile, it attack to this carbon and displace the hydroxyl group. So this mesna attach here. So it is a mesna adduct which is harmless and easy to excreted by the kidney. Similarly, aziridium ring in case of phosphoramide mustard, again mesna S act as a nucleophile, it attack to this ring and by this mechanism mesna attach here. Again this product is harmless. Then in case of acrolein, mesna attack to this carbon, this bond shifted here, then it become O minus. So it form this type of product. So here mesna is attached. Then OH, so here protonation O become OH. Then tautomerism, in case of tautomerism, double bond shifted here, hydrogen shifted here, so it form the adduct which is harmless. So this reaction is a deactivation of carbinolamine, aziridium ion and acrolein, or you call as a antidote. Mesna deactivate this drug and reduce the toxicity of drug. So it is a deactivation of cyclophosphamide and it is about the nitrogen mustard as a alkylating agent. In next video, that is in lecture 2, we will see about the other alkylating agent which include alkyl sulfonate, ethylenimines, nitrosourea and triazine. So in this video we will only cover one subclass of alkylating agent, that is nitrogen mustard. So if you like the video, then subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.